special guest with us. Will you please tell my viewers your name, just a little bit about yourself?
So my name is Owen Farley, and I have been in missions for 14 years, which seems to be a long time. And now at the moment we are here in Uganda with the KRM team, and we're having a great time.
And tell the people where you've been, like where you've done some of like your mission.
Wow. I've been really blessed. The Lord's kind of sent me to different places. I've done a large part of my time in service to the Lord in Limpopo, actually. And then I've also traveled through to America for 6 months. I was in Tanzania for 6 months. I was in Italy, Montenegro, Botswana. Went down to PE, like throughout South Africa as well. So it's just, yeah.
And what would you say, like, it's just one thing for you that is like a highlight from all of the missions that you've done? Like, what is something for you where you're just like, wow, like,
Man, for me, I think every time that I get to see God's heart touch someone, and that's the crazy thing. It's like every place that you go to is something different that God does, and I find that amazing. Like not only with the people, but also with you.
Yeah.
It's like you go to a different place, and it's like God highlighting at that place what He wants to show you about His character and His heart, and then you're able to also take what you've already learned from Him and give that to the body. So it's just.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so I have 3 questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is, who is Jesus to you?
Yeah. What a question. Man, I think that's such a hard question to answer because He literally becomes everything to you. I think maybe it would be easier, like if I could just tell Him what He is to me right now. Right now, He's busy teaching me about His restorative power, and how, like, there've been some times that I've gone through that have been like really hard, and it's almost been like coming out of a place that's been really hopeless. And I've like been like, okay, Lord, like I need you to be able to restore the years that the locusts have eaten, you know. And then in that, how beautiful He is to be able to come and speak into the things where you literally gave up hope, like you had those dreams and desires inside of your heart. And it felt like that for me, like for years, they were dreams and desires that I had, that I was believing God for, but then circumstances just went like, you know, and like squished them, like suppressed them. So now it's just like this time where God is helping those things come back alive. And yeah.
So what would you say, like Jesus has done for you? I know He's done a lot of things, but what is one thing where you're just like, I know Jesus did a thing here for me?
Biggest thing will most likely be my wife.
Guys, they got married like 7 or 8 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So they're on their honeymoon.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, second honeymoon.
Second honeymoon
in Uganda. I think that has been like the greatest gift to me besides from like the Holy Spirit. I don't know how else to say that. Like,
but like Holy Spirit's a helper, you know. Eve, or like a woman, is a helper to the man. So
definitely.
In a way, it's.
I mean, huge. I mean, I've learned so much from her. She's been able to help me. I think both of us have been able to grow together in this because it's kind of like we found each other at the right time. At the right time, God was just like, it's now. You need to have each other now, and there's a reason for it. I mean, I was single for 12 years. Kaylee's single for 10. And we've been praying and asking the Lord, like, please, I was praying, God, please prepare me for my wife, but also prepare my wife for me. But then when I asked Kelly, she was just like, Lord, burn him, burn him.
So all of the things you're going through is because of Kelly. And you were burning.
Yeah, you know, the fire of God. He worked on me, and I had to. But there was like a willingness to say, I'm gonna go through this. So like all the things that led up to that, and I think it was necessary for me to understand that even though I'd been through a really rough season, that God still wanted to give me the desires and the secret petitions of His heart, of my heart, because I mean, you grow up and for years you're like, okay, I want someone in my life, and but then that, because life happens, and it's not just because I was serving the Lord, it was just because life happens, and it was like God saying, no, but I want to do this. You know, that I reached a stage where I was like, yeah, God, but you said in your word that some become a eunuch just because they're pursuing the kingdom of heaven. And I was like, that's where I am, because I've just lost hope so much.
So would you think the Lord sometimes wants you in a state of hopelessness so that He can then deliver in, you know, maybe something like you hope for, but in a way like you give it up along the way? Because I always hear people talk about like, yo, like I just gave up and then God pulled through, or like I thought A, B, and C. So I don't know, like, do you think maybe that's also how God just reveals Himself more? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
and sees maybe what you would have then expected Him to.
Yeah, it's a great question, because I think God is all knowing. He knows the plans that He has for you. And He's been kind of working on my mindset to take the things that happen in life and say, this is an opportunity. Instead of seeing it as, oh man, this is like really sucks and I have to walk through this. It's kind of just, no, like this is an opportunity for me to be weak in an area so God can reveal Himself. Like, and I think that sometimes we look at each other and we say, we can kind of judge in the sense of, oh wow, like he's been serving God and for 12 years he's single, you know? And it's like, if I wanted to be a Christian, I would not follow you, because what has God blessed you with in your life, you know? It's like, why would I? No, I want someone in my life, I'm not gonna, you know, like, and it's the same with finances. How is God gonna show you that He's your provider if you don't go into
everything?
Yes, if you don't have lack, or if you don't have something that you need God to provide for you. Like seriously, like I mean, I'm serious. Like there've been so many years of like going through that, and it's just like, okay, Lord, I'm going through something, but what does your word say? Because you're teaching me something about your character. You're teaching, and this is the whole point that we're involved with God and Jesus is because of relationship. Jesus came to give us relationship with the Father, and the more time we spend with Him, the more we realize, man, He just wants to give us everything. Like He said, if I've given you my Son, what else will I withhold from you? You
God
know?
is good.
He's good, but like,
Sure.
how hard is it to kind of receive it? Like, how many people are like willing to go through the hard moments with God?
Not a lot.
But then not only that, but like how many people are willing to say, like, okay, God, you have that for me, and I'm gonna pursue it until I get it.
I think just touching on that, I remember I was asking Victoria the same thing about how the Lord led her to just basically leaving a familiar place and going to a different country and just serving the Lord and His people there. And then, so I asked them, like, then is it a matter of heart posture? Like, what is it for someone to get to a place where if God says, let's go through this, that the person is willing to go through it? And she mentioned that if you really love the Lord with all of your heart, mind, everything, then you would be willing to do anything for Him and with Him. So what is your take on it about just going through the suffering, going through like literally anything with God? Because I think a lot of us really avoid going through uncomfortable things, you know? but also with that uncomfortable things, that's where we get to know more of who God has made us to be, but also who He is. So what is your, take on just
Yeah.
someone being fully
is just-
surrendered? Like, what would you say is the driving force for us as human beings to be willing to go through suffering with God in order for us to experience or for the glory to be revealed through the situation, the blessing, whatever it is? Because a lot of the times we always want blessings, we want all of the nice things, but we need to go through the refining, the pruning, the fire, but not all of us are willing to. So, but then what then does it take for someone to actually be at a place where, okay, God, I'll do anything,
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
I think it's different for everyone. So would you say you have your own maybe experience or answer to that question? Or
To tell you the truth, I really agree with what Victoria said. Like for me, I've just been falling in love.
sure.
Like before I even fell in love with Kelly, I fell in love with Jesus, and I think that's why singleness was so important for me, because I got to know Jesus and I got to know. But like the love drives you to do crazy things.
Wow.
Like
So it's love, guys.
yeah,
So
it
love
really,
is
really.
the driving force.
Like I remember walking on the beach the one time with my dad, and there were these two ladies that were like in the waves, okay, and they were just being smacked by the waves, and they're going in, and my dad saw that they couldn't swim, and he was like, oh, they can't swim, and at that moment it was like everything just. You don't think about the consequences or anything. You just go in to try and help, and I really believe that was the love of God, like pulling me. But my dad didn't really necessarily want to go in because.
Oh, you were older.
Yeah, I mean this was like a few years ago.
Oh, I thought you were like.
No, I wasn't like a kid. I was like an old man.
Yeah.
But like my dad wasn't wanting to go in because
Sure.
with the training, with.
People that consume it, it's harder, the waves.
Yes, but also like you don't jump into a situation where you know that you won't be able to actually save the person and yourself.
Sure, yes.
So it's like a training thing.
Yeah.
So like with love, that goes out the window. So as soon as my dad saw me running in, that also left his brain and he just went in.
Sure.
And it's kind of like that's what I see Jesus did for us. He said to his Father, listen, I know your heart and my heart for the people that you love. I'm going to go and give my life. And he came as a human to be able to give his life. And then it's the same for me. It's like a two-way relationship. Now I get to say, Lord, I love you. Like I love you because you love me first, but I love you.
Sure.
So if there's something that you want me to do and this means something to you, then I want to do it.
So the substance in literally any relationship or the foundation, a strong foundation to anything that is formed is love. So you would feel
100%, 100%, 100%. Like it gives you the strength to be able to say, whatever is it that this person needs, I'll do it.
you guys. So let's love more, right? Love a little harder, okay? So, but I think you answered the last question that I wanted to ask about what is Jesus teaching you now. So what would you say has been like a huge lesson that the Lord has taught you? Whether it's still an ongoing lesson, but just something where you're like, wow, okay.
I think a big one for me has been to be able to recognize my humanity.
Okay.
Because as a Christian, we get caught up so easily by like, oh, we have to do these things in order to be right with God, but then we kind of forget that it's all about faith. But all of that aside, God's been speaking to me about like love others, but it's as you love yourself.
Yes.
There has to be an equal sign. And for me, I really struggled with loving me. Like I could love you because like I can see, wow, she is so great, and I can see this person is so great, and obviously I'm gonna love God because God's so great and He's amazing. But then
But
when
what
I took
about
a look
yourself?
at myself, I was like, but to recognize I'm a human, and that Jesus understands me as a human. Like it says in Hebrews that our high priest, you know, he understands what we as human beings went through because he became human. And that understanding his heart, of that it's the driving force of his heart is mercy. I think there's one place in the Bible, as far as I understand, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but like one place in the Bible where Jesus
maybe
described, yeah, I might be,
I'm
check it
just
out,
joking.
check it out.
I'm just joking.
Check it out, no really, because there's one place that I understand that Jesus spoke and described his own heart, and he said, my heart is gentle and my heart is lowly. And so for us to understand as human beings that Jesus is not coming like, he's not coming to condemn, he's not coming harshly, he's coming gently. And he wants us to love ourselves gently. I mean, if you think about the way you talk to yourself in your head, is it really gentle?
Are you gentle to yourself?
Yeah, like
guys?
it's like a big thing for me. So I'm like, okay, I need to learn to be gentle with me, to be lowly and humble, to be able, and the more that I've been learning this, the more that I've been able to recognize the humanity in other people where they fall short, it doesn't come in this place of judgment, you know, towards them. It's more like I recognize where you are and understand that, and like actually I want to help, you know, and whether God tells you to do something or just to pray, there's compassion that comes from that gentleness and that recognition of humanity. So that's like a huge one.
That's good. Okay. I think we're gonna talk for hours, right? But the last thing, do you maybe just wanna give an encouraging message or just anything to the viewers, you know, like your parting words, just to say whatever, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's on your heart.
Yo, I think biggest thing for me is spend time with the one that you love. Yo, seriously. Spend
I
time.
totally this, guys.
Spend time with the one that you love, and build that relationship, because that relationship in your life is going to change everything. I mean, it changed everything from me. He brought me into a life worth living, but it was surrounded by love, surrounded by care because of that relationship. So, and it's not just, I think we have a tendency to say, I have to spend time with God like this, but like make it real. Like, for example, I've literally told the Lord, listen, I want to go on a date with you, and I go out to a coffee shop, or I go and I spend time with him, but it's my time with him, but it's outside of on my knees at my bed, or like worshiping, or it's like make the relationship real and talk to him from your heart in a very vulnerable and real way, because if you're able to make your relationship really real and honest, and like, God, I'm angry today, like, why did that person do
less
this?
performing and trying to present yourself as the perfect, let's say, bride or like you know, groom, but actually be like, this is my heart, and like I'm showing you the real me. Now let's deal with this.
And then, because that's a challenge, because if you can get that right here with the Lord, every other thing that, I mean, it doesn't matter what you do, whether you're doing work, family, the dreams that you have, etc., it's going to involve relationships. And the relationship that you have here defines the relationship that you have here.
Wow.
So if you work on this and you're able to get this one right, this becomes easy.
Wow. Wow, guys. Wait, guys, listening. He dropped like, not even, he dropped pennies.
I dropped pennies.
Not even pennies, he dropped like US dollars or like pounds. And so I hope you guys caught everything. And thank you so much, Owen, for being a part of my video. So, bye guys.
Bye guys.
Thanks, Owen.